So I've probably been asked this question about 1,000 times the last year. Will Dan Andrews win? Well, in short, it depends what you mean by win. Do I think that Labor will get the majority of seats so that they can form government? Yes, absolutely. Do I think that Dan Andrews is going to win his seat of Mulgrave? Yeah, most likely. Do I think that Dan Andrews will have the numbers to get things passed through the upper house? I'm not so sure. Look at where people are putting their money where their mouth is. Look at the betting markets. When asked about who's going to be sworn into government, Labor is on $1.10 and the coalition is on $6.50. For those that don't understand, for every dollar that you put forward where you think that Labor's going to win, you get 10% of that back. Whereas if you put $1 in for the coalition winning, then you'll get $6.50 back. That is a massive margin, but there are more. If you go to the type of government formed, it says a Labor majority is on $1.20, whereas a Labor minority is on $7. Those are the most likely options that it's going to be. You may or may not agree with that, but some of you have gone for the strategy of cutting the head of the snake off, going after Dan Andrews in his own seat. So the betting odds on that is saying $1.12 for him to win, so very likely, $6 for the independent, most likely Ian Cook, and $18 for the coalition candidate they've got there. What do the stats say in the previous election? Well, it actually says that he retains his seat with a 12.7% margin. So he won 62.7% of the vote. That's a very safe seat. Unlikely that Dan Andrews loses his seat. The reason I'm raising this now isn't to demoralize you guys. It's to manage expectations. What is the clear, defined goal here? Well, in my opinion, it's to get at least 3 to 4 upper house seats so that you can control the balance of power, just like we do in New South Wales with One Nation and the Shooters, Farmers, Fishers and Fred Nile controlling that balance of power. If you control the balance of power, it doesn't matter who controls government, you can control what legislation does and does not get approved. So I guess the best way you can frustrate Dan Andrews this election is to capture that balance of power so that he can't get anything passed. I tell you what, if that happened, the man would probably resign himself in frustration. I don't usually encourage betting at all, so for those of you that are considering it, only bet what you're willing to lose. If not, don't bet at all. There's no point.